Mr. Viewers, the first thing I want to tell you is that the wicked creature who goes by the name Robert Bell was denied bail when he was brought before the courts early this morning. Judge Pusey said she was denying him bail on the grounds of his safety. The creature, which is said to be a wealthy businessman, has hired a high-powered lawyer, Mr. Christopher Townsend, who argued that Robert Bell is an outstanding citizen in his community. Viewers, I'm so happy that he was denied bail. What say you? Mr. Viewers, I am not going to be biased. I believe Andrew Holness is resonating with many Jamaicans in giving away houses to the most desperate and vulnerable families among us. There are many times I watch these handing over houses ceremony, and there is a story of inhumane living conditions before these recipients get their own house. Take a listen.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon.
My name is Dennis Chaita. I am a person with physical disability. I was chopped up by a man when I was 17 years old, and these are my 4 kids. I am from Fletchersland, originate. That's where I born and grow. But when I started to have children, I said I need to get out of this tenement yard 1 room because I need somewhere for myself and my children. But I started having my children when I became a person with disability. I said, I know I cannot work to pay rent, so I need somewhere for myself. So I started to walk and look all the government agencies where I could get land, but I didn't get through. So the last place I went was by Ministry of Housing, and they said I have to write a letter stating my situation. So I asked a lady over by the National Health Fund if she could assist me. I was frustrated, so I was crying. So she said to me, I'm enough for crime, I must take some deep breath and calm down, and she will assist me in writing the letter. So she wrote the letter for me, and she put it in one of the National Health Fund envelope, and she sealed it, and she said I should go and drop it off. That was the first time I'm meeting her. I go back home, I said to her, give me one number now in case if I get you, I can call you, which I get you. Minister Oriel Strong replied back to me. So that's how I end up here in St. Thomas.
That's many years ago.
And I want to say today to Minister Oriel Strong that I am truly grateful for him replying back to me. And I'm saying to the Prime Minister today, please to tell him thank you for me.
I am certainly going to do that. Your Deputy Prime Minister.
Yes.
At that time, he was Minister of Housing.
Yes.
That would have been between 2007 and 2011.
Mr. Holding was the Prime Minister
Yes.
at the time. Yes. When I came here, I had flooding issues down the lockdown there where I'm living. Everything for me wet up and destroyed due to the flooding, and I start to write letters and requesting for me to be relocated. So this is where I'm going to relocate it today. But what I want to say, I have neighbors down there who are flooding as well. So I cannot just come and collect this house and don't mention about them, as they're also flooded like me. And I am thankful, and I want to say thanks to everyone who made this possible for me. Jamaican people, the taxpayers, the Prime Minister. I thank you all, the councillor, everyone, the contractor, everyone who has blessed my life in a positive way. I am grateful.
Wagwan viewers, how are you all doing? Hope you had a blessed and productive day. This is Mekwichat channel. Please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. And please don't be afraid to share your thoughts in the comment section below. Mr. Viewers, Beaniman has been getting some, let's say, no congratulations over the purchase of his new G-Wagon. Many fans of the Gaza are saying Beaniman has a bad mind and is trying to compete with Cartel. Beaniman shows off his brand new G-Wagon hours after Cartel announces that he had bought another house next door to his first purchase house in Florida, and he said he purchased that house for his sons. Viewers, what do you make of these gossips? Do you believe Beaniman is trying to compete with Cartel? Viewers, I have been hearing some faint news that our beloved daughter of the soil, comedian and content creator Juliet Angelique Bodley, better known as Julie Mango, is having a mental health issue. Juliet Bodley is also an advocate for mental health, where she shares her personal journey. And I personally believe in becoming an advocate for a particular cause like mental health awareness. I believe you must have experienced some levels of mental breakdown or experience seeing someone you know battle a mental disorder. I have yet to confirm if this is actually true, but if this is true, I know she will get the necessary help she needs. Julie Mango is well loved by many, old, young, Jamaicans and foreigners alike. We have all seen Lisa Hyper's mental breakdown, and the public was sensitized enough to know it was a mental breakdown. And mental disorder can happen to anybody. So we have come a long way to the point where we are educated enough about mental illness. Viewers, what are your thoughts? Mr. Viewers, let me start off by matching up some figures, and the figures are $32 million minus $250,000. The difference in answer would equal $31,750,000, and that is what the JLP government officials who are in charge of purchasing equipment for the Bustamante Children's Hospital are being accused of defrauding taxpayers. According to Dr. Alfred Dawes, the opposition spokesperson on health, Dr. Dawes, in a press briefing, claimed that a medical drill that was purchased for a neurosurgeon at the Bustamante Children's Hospital was a second-hand drill that only cost $280,000, and the Ministry of Health documented that as a brand new drill with a cost of $32 million. Take a listen to him.
But we do have evidence that this drill is only the tip of the iceberg of corruption within the Ministry of Health. In November last year, just before the drill was purchased by Sarah for the Bustamante Hospital for Children for $31,500,000, two drills of the same type, EM200, same manufacturer, same specifications, same model numbers, were brought in by one company, the company that won the bid to supply that $31 million drill. On their customs declaration forms, accompanied by an invoice from the manufacturer, we see that it was not a new drill. They were refurbished drills with a purchase price of $1,600 US. That was the declared value, and they paid $90,000 in customs fees, bringing the grand total landed the same drill, model number, specifications, landed in Jamaica, cost nowhere close to $31 million. But 250,000 Jamaican dollars. We have the serial numbers for both drills.
Viewers, the government officials at the Ministry of Health who are responsible for the procurement of these purchases said that all the legal protocols were met and that it was a brand new drill, and it was in fact $32 million for the equipment. As a result, from Dr. Dawes' statement, there is the threat of a defamation lawsuit for Dr. Dawes, accusing the key members of the JLP party of defrauding taxpayers. Viewers, what are your thoughts? Do you believe Dr. Dawes is onto something here, or is he politically motivated? Viewers, first I will begin by saying I believe we stereotype and gender bias crimes in this society and believe men are designed to behave in an aggressive masculine manner. Hence, they are capable of committing all crimes known in the history of mankind. But do you know women are equally capable of committing all manner of crimes just like men? I started out with those note bonuses in reference to the report coming out of the district of Maysmore Housing Scheme, Little London in Westmoreland, Thursday, May 15, where a policeman shot and unalive his ex-girlfriend and the mother of his children. The official report is that about 7:50 p.m. last Thursday, the police constable returned from work and was entering his house from the back door when, unbeknownst to him, his estranged ex-girlfriend was hiding in the dark and rushed at him with a sharp machete. She managed to disarm him of his firearm, where she shot him on the palm of his fingers. He managed to get a hold of the gun. At the same time, he shouted at her to stop, but she decided she was going to chop him to minces. So when she launched at him again for the third time, he rapidly fired 3 shots, which hit her in her upper body and sadly ended her life. She was pronounced dead at hospital while her baby daddy was treated and released. Indicom is said to be investigating the incident. Viewers, this case is not a simple open and close case. There have been many disputes leading up to a deadly conclusion last Thursday, and in all cases, you're going to have the facts, fabricated facts, and good old rumors. It's for the investigators to sift through and get the facts. The underground story is that 38-year-old Janice Francis, a cosmetologist by profession, was in an on-again, off-again relationship with her baby daddy. They had a pair of twins. Unfortunately, one died, and it is said Janice blames him for the death of their child. How the child died, I'm not privy to that knowledge. And it is said that's the sore topic that causes constant arguing and fights between them when they were a couple, which forces her baby daddy to move out and rent a house 5 houses away from her, and proceeded to move on with his life with another woman, which causes Janice to feel betrayed and rejected. And viewers, you know the saying, hell ain't no fury like a woman scorned. Viewers, it is said that Janice would use the child as a weapon against him. No matter how much money he gave her, it was never enough. And to top it off, she stalked him on social media, sending naughty, threatening texts filled with profanity, and would somehow seems to know his whereabouts at all times, even showing up at the police station where he works, and trigger off a scene which propelled him to take out a protection order against her. And surprisingly, she also counteracted him in the courts for a protection order for herself. Viewers, in my opinion, Janice Francis was having a mental breakdown after her baby daddy started to see another woman. And the mental breakdown spiraled into a deadly obsession. In most of these cases, men are the ones who normally display acts of violence and obsession. Viewers, what are your thoughts on this case? Viewers, the month of May is designated for children, which places special emphasis on how we as a nation should care for our children, which mainly includes loving and protecting them. But the month started off with overwhelming pain and sorrow, with the grape and unaliving of 9-year-old Kelsey and 20-year-old UTech student Anissa Dilworth. Now we wake up this morning to the news that a little 4-year-old girl from Mandeville, Manchester, somehow managed to shoot herself in the back of her head while her mother was using the bathroom. Police reports said that the mother said she had put the children to bed and was using the bathroom when she heard a loud explosion. And she ran from the bathroom to see her 4-year-old daughter named Gia Grinnell suffering from a gunshot wound to the back of her head. The mother is said to be a licensed firearm holder who lives in the upscale neighborhood of Ingleside, Mandeville. She reported to the police that she had left the gun in her handbag. Viewers, I am no expert on guns or in any way shooting a gun, but my common sense is wondering, how is it possible for a 4-year-old to use a gun to shoot herself in the back of her head? This sounds spooky to me, like the Gabriel King case in Montego Bay, where the mother said they dragged her from her car and drove off with her autistic son, then unalive him and leave the car with the boy's body. That case is still unsolved to date. Viewers, what are your thoughts on this one? And if you've watched the video to the end, thank you for watching. Until another upload, this is where I say goodbye. Goodbye.